Okay, everybody, welcome back to the Lechtech Musar podcast. We continue with the Pele Yoeitz. We are on page 185 in the art scroll. We are on day 61 of Hachzik. We're going to begin the Ois of Ches, Chachma, Torah wisdom. Asher Adam Matz Chachma Ashrav, Ba'il Mezev Torah Lamabah. There's many different sources of wisdom out there, but tells David HaMelech in Mishlei, he is fortunate in this world, and it will be good for him in the next world, for the person who has found wisdom in Torah. This is a mitzvah of a father and a son, the gadam al Torah, to raise children that they know Torah. And then the father will be gladdened by their actions. They'll get nachas in this world, but his nefesh will literally delight in riches in the next world. First, this is well known, but people don't realize that they need to literally make sacrifices to ensure that this will happen. And they're simply not aware that one must thrust himself into the thick of this struggle because of the great benefits. Anything that's great, anything that's incredible, anything that's really valuable always comes with a great price tag. And therefore, says the Pele Yoeitz, the kinyan ha-chachma of Torah is no different. And for sure, to instill it and to have your kids have a habas of Torah, a love for Torah, is no different. And that's the only way. When a person seriously has the erech, the value of Torah, and is going to pursue it, and is going to make sure it happens at all costs, and it's taka very hard, and as the Pele Yoeitz calls it, a person has to realize that he's going to have to go into the thick of the struggle, and only then it's actually going to happen. Then his nefesh is going to get the oinig, the delight of the ruchnistic riches. And even greater responsibility rests upon those who are in charge of a city and who sit at the helm of any sort of spiritual affair, to carefully see that people are using their resources of the Zar b'vnei aniyim, Torah, and specifically to the poor people, because from them, that's where the Torah really flourishes. And in this way, they will amass great wealth in this world and in the next world. True Torah wisdom is that we're able to speak of Torah and understand it and ask and answer and to be able to plummet to the depths of Torah. But there are people who are ignorant and they don't want to push themselves to toil and to get dirty in the sandbox of Torah. But and what's the reasoning? They say it's lasus l'kayim, but they're not interested in alumnus. They're not interested in drinking a cup in a taisis, in a rashba, learning a ketzois, learning a b'chaim briska. They say, what's the point? It's all about lasus lumad l'lamed, lasus l'kayim, to fulfill. Let me get the art scroll. Okay, the art scroll is great. We're learning it here, but when it comes to learning, there's the dagish, the emphasis is the grind. It's learning the sugya. It's the haravanya. It's the amelus batera. But some people say, let me just get the art scroll Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. I'll know exactly all the halachos. I'll get all the Reb Simcha Ponim Kom books, and I'll know everything from there. What I have to toil and schwitz, right? But says the Pele Yoeitz, but they are incorrect in this conclusion. It sounds logical. It sounds like it makes sense. Let me just get the Piskei Dinim. Let me just get the Chat GBT. All the halachas I have to do. Daily living. What's the problem? But says the Pele Yoeitz, for we know that Hashem delights in detailed analysis, the fine points, the nitty gritties, the thick of in the mamish deep in the sandbox, the dirt of not the dirt, but the Amelis, the Yam HaTorah is so vast. It's bigger than the Atlantic and the Pacific. It's bigger than the whole world, because the Torah is the world. So the Torah can only be smaller than the world can only be smaller than the Torah itself. Right? Hashem has such delight. That's what Hashem gets. Rischa deraisa, the pepula charifta of Torah. And when a person scrutinizes and he gets dirty and broken and mamish in Torah, in the halachas, in the sugya, right? What happens? It breaks the klipa. And it separates the chaff from the straw. Unbelievable, right? Therefore, adorning the bride of Torah, there's no end to this reward. And because of this, when Hashem graced, Hashem gave a person tremendous das and a havana and kishrin roila lidchayk v'likanas bepulmim menu. It behooves him to push himself and to go deeper and deeper into the depths, to plummet the depths, the amkus atera. And this is the way he'll truly get to the chambers, to the gates of Chachma, das, and day after day he's going to add knowledge and sharpen his wisdom. And this is how he's ultimately going to become a Moira Hara B'Yisrael. Now, it's known that a person wants to be zeichet to the crown of Torah, he has to have a tremendous love and affection for Torah both day and night. The way to really reach this and to understand difficult Torah subjects is only with great exertion. It's told over the Arizal, he would learn until he would sweat. When he didn't understand, he would literally cry. The Arizal, you want to know how the Arizal grew, how he became the great Arizal? It was because he sweat and he cried. It wasn't just enough that he didn't understand and moved on. He cried because he didn't understand the sugya. Until tears were equal to the number of hairs on his head. And from hearing these matters, a wise person will come to recognize the great value of Torah. And through this story of the Arizal will give us a glimpse that a person who really wants to ascend the ladder of greatness and to really attach himself to Torah, to the kisra of Torah, to the crown of Torah, it doesn't come from kicking back and relaxing. I do understand, I don't understand, I'll listen to this share, I will get it, I won't get it. It's by crying, it's by mourning. When I don't understand a sugya, it's a churban. When I don't understand Gemara, when I don't understand the pasuk in Torah, I don't understand Rashi, I don't understand the Chazal, I cry to Hashem because there's nothing more important to me than this. On this note, I saw a beautiful pshat. This is one of the reasons why we're misameach. Gemara tells us that there's no simcha like the simcha of Tu B'Av, which is this week. What's the simcha of Tu B'Av? So Gemara tells us that the days get shorter and the night gets longer. What's the great mile of that? So what? I heard a beautiful pshat, because when the night is longer, when there are more hours to the night, a person can sit down, a person can learn more Torah. It's unbelievable. Some say the pshat, the reason why we're excited and why there's no simcha ki simcha shel Tesvav B'Av. What's the great simcha? Because that's the night where it starts the next season. We already start going into the winter, and even though it's hot as anything outside, but there's already this glimpse, this ray of excitement, of anticipation of winter's man, the long nights, and it starts Tu B'Av, and the excitement is because longer nights equals more Torah, equals more Dveikus, equals more of an opportunity to be mishtayach to the Kisra Shal Torah, the crown, the glory of Torah, which is why the world was created. Reishis Chachma Yiras Hashem, Yoeitz closes this topic out by saying that the first thing, the beginning of wisdom, obviously starts with Yiras Hashem, V'chol Shirasai, Chetei Kademes HaChamasai, Chachmasai Miskayemes, Zeh Klal Gadol B'Torah. As important as learning Torah is, but there's nothing more important than Yiras Hashem, than fear of heaven, and only when a person has implanted and has fixed into his schedule, into his mahus, into his essence, Yiras Shamayim, only then can he be a receptacle, vessel, a kli kibul for Hashem's Torah.